What's up, my fellow collectors? Welcome to another edition of Figure This, Figure That, the Don's Figure Chat. Today I'm doing another very lacquer piece. Ed Burns as Private Reiben from Saving Private Ryan. He's actually Private First Class, which I think in rank terms is one below a corporal for them. I'm not too sure. Well, the first class is because he's qualified as a ranger, but still a private. He's got his bar machine gun over his shoulder, his webbing hanging loose, while he has a stogie, 1 foot up, having a real chill. Doesn't come with a stand, the DID figures, but they put more than enough into the figure themselves. I mean, the weapons are all die cast and wood. Yeah, they're just so realistic. I mean, look at that likeness. That's really good, eh? You can see that's Ed Burns all day long. This is his art box. It's a photo of the figure, which I always love, because you can see they're proud of what they've done, you know? They're not using an image they've taken off the movie or... So you have it, 2nd Battalion, Series 2, Private First Class. Dragon in Dreams, DID logo on the bottom left. He comes with his gas brassard, which is that thing next to the helmet. Comes with a die-cast style duck, as we called them in South Africa. The famous bendy hands. His button hook. Die-cast trench tool, which during World War II and World War I, but World War II, they used to sharpen those and use them as weapons for when they ran out of ammo in a firefight. Comes with its cover to clip onto his webbing. 2 fragmentation grenades, which is also die cast. The carry handle for the bar and the machine gun. And I've left the magazine out so you can see the bullets. Really nice detail, eh? Over here is the gas mask, which he would have wore coming off the landing craft. His flotation belt, again, which he would have worn coming off the landing craft. And this piece of wood, yeah, is a boom pole. Very similar to the stovepipe. Would be used to creep up next to the pillboxes and put it through the opening of the pillbox, or put it over a sandbank embankment. I'm not too sure if they used them on tank tracks, but you'd have to be really close, and yeah, I have plenty of cover, because you got to run like hell when you set these things off. Real leather boots, which is always a class touch from DID. Look at those, man. Army issue, eh? He's got his gaiters on. His fatigue green. And these jackets are famous throughout the world. I mean, you can actually buy them now, but they're not cheap. It's actually a fashion accessory, where in those days it was army issue. But you must know, army issue is always good quality. He's got his Kruitsak on the back, which opens up into a ground sheet. His web belt with water bottle and magazine pouches. You'd also have a first aid pouch on there. It's around the other side. I'll show you that as we go along. And yeah, articulation's quite good. This, I've got the 3. I've got Jackson the sniper, I've got him, and I've got Millar. Out the box, this guy was a bit looser than the other 2. not loose that he can't hold a pose or anything, just it just feels looser compared. I mean, he's got real buttons on there. That's what the button hook comes for. So our DID, when it comes to military figures, especially of late, second to none. I can't fault them, especially Saving Private Ryan line. I want to get Sergeant Horwath next, and then that'll be me finished with the DID on Saving Private Ryan line. I got their Commander Roy from Bridge Too Far, Sean Connery. You'll see there's a video up there. I wasn't too impressed with the body on that, but that is an older figure, and they've come leaps and bounds since releasing that towards what we've got now here in front of us. That's Stogie. Now that's also his trigger hand, but there's like an indentation there to use for his stogie. He's got his dog tags on. So all shiny objects, especially if you're in the bush, would be blackened, and all things that can make a jangle sound would be wrapped in tape so that it didn't give your position away when either in urban warfare, bush warfare, or trench warfare. Although trench warfare, there was so much going on, you know, it's only usually when you're on silent missions type thing, if you're moving into an ambush or something like that, you don't want anything giving you away. The bar machine gun that he's got, I'll show you better just now. That can literally be stripped down for field maintenance. I don't want to do it because the screws are so got such fine threads on them. I don't know if any of you have had the DID Johnny Depp Dillinger figure. He's got the machine gun, the Thompson 40 cal in his violin case. Also made wood of steel. I stripped that down a couple of times and the thread gave up on me at one stage. They're just too fine. They're not meant to be stripped down. But you can see on that one, let's see if I can get around there. You see that plate sticking up at the back? I left that up on purpose. That folds out 90 degrees to the rifle, and it rests on top of your shoulder there to help support the rifle when you're doing suppressing fire, long bursts. So, I mean, they've really gone the distance on their weapons, That muzzle suppressor at the end there, that screws off. And you see that little square sticking out? That's actually a removable cover for the front iron sights. So they don't get damaged when you're running around in the trenches or, you know, wherever you are. So as I say, their weapons are second to none, Really, really good stuff. So this is the lad from Brooklyn, New York. You can tell he someone looks Irish, Irish have been in many wars and they're known as excellent soldiers. But yeah, he almost committed an act of desertion. And if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but go out and watch it or get it or stream it, because it's a brilliant movie, Really, really good. It shows the horrors of what these lads went through. Really great movie, And I mean, for the lads that have been in the army, the water bottle is all metal. It's an alloy of some sort, I can't remember what. But then when you open it up and you take out the actual can, the watering bottle itself, you end up with this on the bottom of the watering can. It's known as a dixie cup. And that you would cook your food in over open fire, do your coffee, everything is done in this thing. So this handle here folds up and around, and then the water bottle goes inside. So that's the level of detail they've gone to. I mean, look at the flotation device. They've even got the nozzles on the end of the rubber pipes. That's just amazing, man. It really is. Look at the detonating string. Down to a T, they've nailed every single little detail. I mean, you pick up these things, these fragmentation grenades, and you think you've bloody got a real one in your hands. Well, you know what I mean. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, these Saving Private Ryan figures in particular, I can't speak for other DID figures, but these are just a class of their own, eh? They really are. They've did such a sterling job on them. And yeah, all the likenesses are spot on, the weapons are accurate, the outfits, the uniforms is all accurate, everything that could be metal is metal, leather is real leather. Yeah, no, they've just done an excellent job, eh? So I'll just go over the accessories again. It comes with a gas broussard that fits over the arm and then loops under the shoulder tab. He comes with his steel helmet, which is die cast, his two bendy finger hands, the button hook, this long pole contraption here, his entrenching tool, which is also die cast, two fragmentation grenades. He comes with two magazines, one fits in his webbing, one is for the weapon. That's the carry handle. For the bar, flotation belt, gas mask, boom pole loaded with TNT, real leather boots, his bar 30 cal, his stogie, and the outfit with the webbing. Really, really nice, eh? Have a look at our 360 stories, or go to our sister channel, Figure This, Figure That, and look at our shorts. We've done some dope spinners over the last week and a half. You'll enjoy them big time. Especially, I mean, you're working with quality figures, so I mean, it's just a pleasure, eh? It's just a pleasure. As long as you're careful, you know. Because usually that's why O's like museum poses. So nothing can get broke or nothing can get lost. That's why they don't pose them up and do this and do that to them. But I've been extra careful. Nothing's broken, nothing's lost, the figures are still mint, and I've got some dope spinners out of them. It's taken me a week and a half to do them all, because you have to be so careful, but it was a week and a half well spent. We got some very dope spinners out of it that we've formed into almost miniature movies. So it was a labor of love. Okay, let's go into the next pose. And we're doing a bit of a new format now. We're going to try. So you'll have this where I talk about the figure, the box, all the parts. And then we'll have one or two poses, but then we'll go straight into spinners, because I'm stealing all the poses for the spinners to show in the video. So we're hoping this new format works better for all of us, because it'll be shorter to watch, and you get to the quality. Well, I say that wrong, because I think the first part is also quality, but yeah, you get to all the posing quality in the spinners at the end of the video. So I'll leave yous looking at the figure himself and at the art box. No, just the figure himself. There we go. Have your last smoke there, Ed. You're going into action, mate. And with that said, I'll see you on the flip. So there you have him in his first action pose, ready to launch himself into the attack by jumping up and out the bunker. He's taken his flotation belt off, his gas mask, which he might be sorry later on, but they used to tend to, anything that loaded them down, they would get rid of. The only things you would keep are the things you need for war. So he's got his full webbing on. And I was saying that krutsak at the back, that big pack, that unfolds into a bivvy to sleep on, to make a tent, but also to make a firing position for the bar gunner. As you can see, I've used this bivvy as a floor mat to keep, because I mean, sometimes you have to put it down over damp and wet ground, and you don't want to get sopping wet because that's when you get sick. It looks dope, eh? Coming up and at you. Out the bunker. And I mean, that bar shoots 30 rounds. I don't know if it's a 30-06 or a 30-30. But that thing will do some damage, eh? I mean, it's a cannon. It's like the Dirty Harry machine gun of World War II. But look how realistic he looks. It looks like you got a little person in front of you. There was a comic back in the day when I was like really young, and there used to be this kid called Mike, and he had this collection of toy soldiers. I don't know if you remember. I can't remember if it was in the Dandy or the Beano, or I can't remember, but they used to come to life for him. And he had all the remote controlled tanks and the whole move, and he used to, I can't remember what missions he used to go on, but you know, he used to use him to help save the day if ever he got into trouble. And that's what I feel like playing with these guys, especially when I've been doing the 360s the whole week. They've got his insignia on the back of the helmet there for which company he's in. And I was very surprised that they had, like Captain Millar, they had his rank on the front of his helmet. But surely that would give the snipers on the opposing side the perfect target. I mean, I know in Vietnam, an officer's life on the ground was worth shit. Did you see that technical hitch there? That was me getting inventive with the gimbal, and it didn't like it. Oh, there's his first aid pack. Remember I said he's got a first aid pack? And I've often wondered, because Jackson's got it, the sniper, Miller's got it, Horwath has got it. What first aid stuff could you get in there? Can you see it? Just below his web belt there, that pouch. That's the first aid pouch. And so it's probably a couple of gauze bandages with the padding to staunch the blood flow of a wound. Well, I've really enjoyed showing off my DID Saving Private Ryan figures. I hope you enjoy them. I'm sure you'll enjoy the spinners, because there's some really dope poses in there, even if I do say so myself. And they're all in 4K, finally. The leather boots are such a beautiful touch, eh? Yeah, if I wasn't such a Batman fan, I could quite easily see me going ballistic with, oh, excuse the word, ballistic, with army figures, especially of this quality. They really are, honestly, magnificent pieces. I mean, look at that weapon, eh? It's like real, you know? Okay, so without much further ado, I shall end it here. And I'll let you get on with the 360s. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you hit subscribe. I hope you leave a comment. But either way, thanks for watching. Don says, peace out. I couldn't resist. I had to do one more pose. So here we have him in the bunker. And I'm sure his orders would have been to give cover fire while the troops moved in. So he shifted a couple of sandbags around, got comfortable, setting up his sights for the distance. And if you look at the back there, you can see what I was on about with that back hinge plate. It folds up and goes onto the shoulder to give you better support for the recoil of the rifle. Nice little touch that they added that. There again is the protective cover for the front sights with the suppressor. And the suppressor is not so much to suppress the sound of the shot, it's to hide the muzzle flash so the enemy can't see where you're shooting from. But it works to a certain degree. There you can see his Kreuzsack now. If I lift that up, you can see there's a bivvy like he's lying on there. That folds out. Excuse the camera, it's doing all sorts of tricks here. And that folds out for him to lie on. Or to make a temporary base, to put up protection from weather, all sorts of things. In this one, he would carry clean dry socks, clean undies, and maybe some favorite snacks. We used to get these things called dog biscuits in our ration pack. It was like a hard biscuit, eh? And when you first get them, you hate them because you're used to the biscuits from home. But they're full of nutrition, keep you busy for a while because they take ages to chew. And you can actually make toasted cheeses with them in between two hot rocks. I kid you not. Sorry, I'm just in love with this rifle. I would love to have shot one, eh? My weapon of choice back home that I carried civilian life was a 357. Beautiful gun, shortened barrel with combat grips. I didn't change the trigger pull because that's when accidents happen. And yeah, it was a beautiful weapon, eh? My dad had a CZ, but he never used to carry his. My mom and dad were old school, you know, English. We grew up with guns. They're all over South Africa, like America, you know. But to my mom and dad, they were still foreign. My dad only got one because he used to draw a lot of money every Friday to pay his gang of boys that worked with him on site, so it was a dangerous thing to do, you know. But yeah, I still find myself coming out of restaurants and that thinking, oh shit, oh no, I haven't got a gun in this country. Because you hand it in at restaurants or pubs so that people don't see you carrying, and you always get the one guy that thinks, oh, he's carrying a gun, he thinks he's tough. So you hand it in. Whenever there's drink involved, it's safer to hand it in. Well, that's enough reminiscing about gun ownership in South Africa. I just wanted to show you this one last pose to show you his webbing, the butt, the shoulder hinge plate at the back, that flap there, and yeah, he's got his sights up, adjusting the level. That's quite a dope view, isn't it? Yeah, I could live with that quite easily. Let's do a full-on upward boom shot, because we can. There we go. Feet spread apart at an oblique angle to the upper body, with your arm at right angles. Lud, that's a nice figure. Okay, let me get on with some 360s for you all. I know you usually enjoy them, so I'll bugger off now, and I'll leave you looking straight down the barrel into Ed Burns's eyes. I hope you don't owe him any money.